Hi guys, still here with a new video, and this video will be a how to prepare for season 2 of Dragonflight. I'm talking about PvP and I give you a few points. It will be a shorter video, but before we start, please be sure to like the video. It helps me with the algorithm, helps me to again spread the video to newer sites, but also just in general subscribe to the channel if you do love PvP content. Again, helps me a ton, but also just gets the video to you, so that would be also very nice. And ring the bell so you can actually have the notifications on and have a notification whenever I make a video. So before we start, season 2 will start next week, or if you're watching next week, then you're still on time to actually prepare for season 2. So it means that there will be a balance patch probably this week, I think tomorrow. So tomorrow is the 28th. Or tonight even, or even I think Monday or Tuesday you will have another balancing patch maybe. But so classes and specs will still change. So to prepare yourself towards your newer mains or your newer alts, if you're going for flavor of the month or not, that's your decision. But in my opinion, you should try to read the patch notes or watch the videos all the people that are making patch notes, like for example myself, or even like colleagues like for example Subtlety or anyone else like Venruki, and you can then inform yourself on the changes for season 2. Of course, you can go blind, that's not a problem, many people do, but if you're prepared, you can actually know that some specs gets new things or got removed a few things. Like for example, hunters, they will get sacrifice on their class tree, so you will have an extra PvP talent for MM, BM, and Survivor Hunter. So I think that's a good thing to start looking. Also, just in general, your PvP talents, a few extra PvP talents, a few extra spec tree talents are going to get added on specific specs and classes. Like for example, DKs, you will get a 20% physical damage reduction every time you're going to do a death strike, which is a good thing. It's an increased wall versus like the physical damage dealers, so it will give you some survivability that is much needed versus like for example an arms warrior. But all those things are important, and that's why you should look the patch notes, read the patch notes, understand the patch notes, maybe watch a video from me or from someone else explaining why it is good or why it is bad, or the opinion around those specs and classes and the changes around those. So be sure to check also my video that will be coming out once we have the final changes. Anyways, so that's the first step to prepare yourself for season 2. Decide about your main or your alt. I would even make a list on the specs that you would like to play and try to plan also your gaming time, I would say, around those specs and classes that you want to play. I'm a very analytical guy. What I do every single time whenever I'm hesitating, I'm always trying to make a spreadsheet with the classes I want to play, ranged, melee, healer, whatever, and try to have a bit of everything so I don't get bored. Like for example, I do love to have a cast or two, I do love to have a melee or two, and I'll do love to at least have one healer or two depending on the situation, to have some diversity and just in general some variety in my gameplay. So that's something you can also do on your free time, even at work. If you're playing, like you're working behind a desk, you can even open a Word document or with a sheet of paper and do that game for yourself. It's also very fun, in my opinion, to do that. So that is a tip. What you can also do to prepare for season 2 is basically get your honor up. So the things that are going to get resetted in season 2 is bloody tokens. I think the other tokens, which is the upgrade one, I don't even know the name, I think Spark of Life tokens, like this one, Trophy of Strife, excuse me, those are all going to be resetted, and you will have new tokens to actually buy the new gear. What is also going to get reset is conquest. You will have 0 conquest at season 2. You will be not able to buy conquest gear, and you will have again a cap. So every time you have to reach the cap every single week. The good thing is about retail is you could also just not play 2 weeks and you will have 2 weeks worth of capping. While for example in Wrath of the Lich King, if you're not playing 1 week, well, too bad, you lost your arena points of that week. So that's a good thing. You have, however, honor that is not going to get resetted. So you could basically buy the best gear possible for that specific amount of time. So as you can see, I switched my screen. Hopefully I did edit it out, but anyways, so the honor gear, which is the blue quality gear, which is now scale warden gear, is 434 PvP item level, and you did read it right. It is a higher item level from your conquest gear. So you would want to replace your conquest gear with the honor gear, even with the tier set. I think season 1 tier set is nerfed in PvP anyways. A season 1 tier set will be nerfed in PvP for next season. So and 10 eye level is quite big too. So you do want to have your blue quality gear. So again, I recommend everyone and anyone to get some honor. Of course, if you're playing PvP and right now you're still playing PvP, there is no way you don't have 15k honor. But for the people that are actually wanting to reroll and they didn't play previous like this season, and they are like waiting for next season to play, I would for sure try to do soul shuffles or BGs to get that honor up. That's very important, so you can actually buy it from the get-go, have your best gear possible. You don't have to buy crafting gear, and then you can also farm some world PvP gear if possible. I think Trophy of Strife is still something that you're going to grind in the next season, which is a good thing. Again, you will have lots of new things to do, so it's a very good thing. But having around 15k or even 10k honor should be enough to actually be competitive in PvP. So I would for sure go for that, and then you can go for conquest gear step by step, and week by week, cap by cap, and go for the best gear possible. Of course, what you want to do also is cap your greater vault. So you do want to have PvP activity every single week, so you can have your greater vault chest, and hopefully you do get some tier sets or a weapon. If you're an arms warrior, I would for sure go for the weapon. It is just too many points. If you're like a caster, I would not go for the weapon. I would go for the tier set, for example. If you have a choice between a tier set and a weapon, I would go for the tier set. If you are a physical damage dealer, like for example a warrior, I would go for the weapon. Same for the Retribution Paladin. If you are like a one-hand damage dealer, like for example a Shaman, like an enhancement Shaman or a rogue, I would still go for the tier set, I think, and especially enhancement Shaman, which a tier set is very important for the playstyle if you want to go for a specific playstyle. I'm going to discuss about it once 10.1 is out. I think I didn't see it, but I do not know if the season will start from the get-go. It might be a week later. If it starts from the get-go, again, you want to have as much honor possible to be able to compete in let's say 3v3, 2v2 RBGs and solo shuffle. So for example, this tune, he doesn't even have, I think he has 4 set, but he's not like fully geared, like 419. And what I'm like waiting for is season 2, and I did some PvP to get some honor, so I can then compete in season 2 with my feral, and I do want to play some restoration druid. I feel like it's going to be quite nice in 2s with a rake rip damage and also bite damage being a bit higher because of the PvP talent. I'm going to discuss about it in 10.1. So again, thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate you. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet, and we will catch each other very soon in the next video. Bye.